Organized retail crime is a very real problem and occurs in every corner of our country. When I was young, and I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with religion, but my grandmother told me, buy wholesale. So we're concerned about wholesale crime too. It's out there. I've discussed our situation with Steve Mulroy, who's our Shelby County District Attorney. I don't know if he's met you, Mrs. Stefan, but he's a District Attorney in Shelby County. And we shared examples of recent cases and how state lines affect law enforcement. Arkansas, we're at the corner, southwest corner of Tennessee. So to the west is Arkansas, and to the south is Mississippi. The other two corners of our city, our county, touch Tennessee. We're a major transportation logistics hub, and we have related cargo and freight theft. One of our senators, Marsha Blackburn, is introducing a bill with Senator Amy Klobuchar called the Cargo Security Innovation Act. And I plan to support that with her because that'll be a way to go after the theft that we've had on railroads, which is a serious problem. They take hit the trains and take the cargo out, and they also hit trucks. So that's important. This all threatens the safety of the public and employees of the myriad companies that are targeted and drives up costs for consumers. So at a time when everyone is feeling the affordability crunch for many of the American dreams being pushed further away, it's being stolen from them. We don't need to talk about hoaxes or anecdotes, as I'm sure all of us here have relatable stories that we can share, and we need to talk about solutions, which we'll do today. It's always best to start with data. That's how we ensure we identify and tackle the problem with a solution that works. This is one of the difficult parts of the conversation, though. The data is incomplete and bogged down by different definitions and ways of counting. So we know we have a problem, but its extent and implications are somewhat unclear. It touches on a fundamental principle of American government, federalism, and I imagine District Attorney Stefan will discuss that. We feel this acutely in Memphis because of our location. The President created the Crime in Memphis Task Force, which was designed to surge federal law enforcement resources in Memphis and improve coordination across agencies. I support the additional FBI, DEA, and AFT agents that have come into Memphis because we already had them in Memphis. And they're finding guns and illegal guns, they're finding drugs, and they're finding other crimes that are against federal law. But he also put the National Guard in, and he put a lot of some ICE agents in. Memphis is not an immigration center of crimes, and most of the people that are there that are immigrants, even if they did come into the country illegally, most of them are working legally and doing a lot of important work in Memphis in the construction industry, the tourism industry, and they're necessary and needed. Heck, when we build that 990-person ballroom, we're going to need waiters. And they're going to all be in El Salvador, so we need to be concerned about that. The National Guard basically they are present, and patrol is important in law enforcement, but they're not doing much in the way of crime fighting, and that's what's intended, I think. So it's somewhat changed the relationship in federal, state, and local law enforcement. The order is focused on street and violent crime. And Memphis has had too much, and it's gone down. It went down before the federal task force came in, but it's gone down even a little bit more. We don't know exactly what street crime is, but we know when we say we're going to go in with ICE and take out the people that committed the most serious offenses, the worst of the worst, and we mentioned crime as homicide, we mentioned rape, we mentioned pedophiles. We know who those people are, but they're arresting people simply for the offense of being in the country illegally. It's not right, but it's not necessarily something that should cause deportation when they are not committing crimes and they are contributing to the economy. So that's a concern we have. The U.S. Marshals are in charge of the situation in Memphis, and we understand that, and they're doing a good job. All of this is to say, when developing policies to address organized retail crime, they must be well-designed with thoughtful resources of allocation and roles and responsibilities. Federal assistance is good, but especially on interstate problems, but on strictly local problems, we need to be concerned about the separation of powers. That's the question I hope we'll get into and understand, is the place for federal law enforcement and the place for state and local law enforcement. With that, I yield back my time.